Yo, welcome Flyffers! So today we are here at another advanced PvE guide series and we want to take a look at the Aoe Billposter. In this guide we want to cover all the way from level 90 to 120, but we already did a guide from level 1 to 90. So if you're in this level range, make sure to watch the beginner PvE guide for the Aoe BP first and then return to this video later. Now, before we start into the video, I noticed that 80% of my viewers are currently not subscribed to the channel, so let's make a deal. You watch this video all the way till the end, and I'm sure earn your subscription by then. And now, let's get started. Aoe Billposter is so strong in the late game that you need almost no stamina at all to being able to tank insane amounts of mobs. So once you have the 105 set, 50 stamina is more than enough and you can put all the rest of your points into intelligence. Since buffs are intelligence based, you could even use your BP to buff you, but since you are an Aoe BP and you're highly dependent on having high damage output and GT scales so well, I do recommend having either a permanent ringmaster partner or leveling your own ringmaster to level 75 so you have access to all the RM buffs at any time and you can tank even more mobs while the ringmaster is healing you. So what should your stats look like at 105 and 120? BP has a really good health per stamina ratio and all his sets, weapons and stuff like this benefit with HP percentage. So with 105, even adding as low as 50 stamina, you're able to get a 17k health rate, followed up once you are level 120, even reaching 20k health. And the good part about this is it's an even number and it's not triggering my autism. No, just kidding. It is really strong since you are able to use the full amount of the gold peel here, which is 15%. Yeah. Another thing that's important to note that you have about 3.3k defense as you do get hit before before all of your mobs are stunned that you're fighting. And maintaining a high melee block range at this rate means only 1 out of 3 mobs is actually doing damage to you, which is an insane rate. Now what should your average gear look like once you are level 90? You should be wearing an Icon set, which is actually already your endgame set, because this will give you all you need. It will give you stats to increase your AoE damage, it will give you health, it will increase your damage, and we already seen that we are having a high amount of int in our thing. So our overall AoE damage is pretty high already, and if we are getting on a high scale with a percentage multiplier, this is of course amazing. We can follow this up to boost our defense with an ancient shield and 4 all stat, and the best weapon here is the angel cloth that we can go push to a +10 already. Important to note is this is also one of the best sets for PvP. So if you're interested in PvP, you can even save some money and only switch out a suit for 28% MP, for example, and this way you do not have to make multiple gears. This is just a little side fact here. Now, what should your gear look like at 120? We already said that the that this is your endgame set, so you save a bunch of money. You do not have to upgrade for a build run set, as the additional defensive stats that this set is providing is not benefiting you and you would forfeit more kill speed, which will result in overall slower leveling. The Azure Shield over here is the upgrade compared to the Ancient Shield with higher defense, higher all stat, and if you do have any funds left, it's not priority, you can even upgrade this shield to get a higher defense statting. Your weapon of choice will be the Mystical Silver Cloth, and this compared to the Angel Cloth from before will give you a significant boost in tankability because it does add you the valuable block rate here on top. Now, what kind of awakenings you need? We are on a high int damage build here, so damage percent we already said scales insanely well. So going for a high Begivua Teal Bolt roll here is highly recommended. Being more tanky or even more tanky can be achieved by having a decent block rate percentage roll on the shield. Now, Which kind of jewelry should you wear? This is for the rings, you do want to have damage in there. You could even go a different route if you would go full in statings and wearing stamina rings. This is also an option, of course. But yeah, you have to decide which gives you more versatility. Both options are fine since they stat-wise come out on the same point. As a earring, this is one of the rare cases where you actually want to wear Clockwork's jewelry. You do want to wear the strong Speedos +3 that give you 10 block rate each and are just insane, especially based on your current playstyle and build. The only thing you have to be careful here with the upgraded parts, do not upgrade them to a higher level than you're actually able to wear them. If you do not know what those level caps are, all of this is covered in the upgrade guide on the channel. You should go check it out. Now, which kind of skills do you actually need to use? Your main damage source on AoE is the Theobald. You can increase passively your damage by having Asmodeus up running. And the important part is that Stonehand allows your abilities to gain the chance to stun. And this even works for your AoE, which is an amazing combination. Then prevention is basically your oh shit, I failed something option. This really allows you, if you're dropping below 10% of your health and you're not over-critted, to refill your health completely and basically giving you a second life chance at AoE. Now, from this we can already come into the playstyle. You will collect all the mobs with auto attacks. Make sure that you're using the attack motion here so you can collect them without doing multiple attacks on the mob. So you basically target the mob, use the attack motion. While you're fulfilling the attack motion, your mouse is already on the ground and you're clicking off the mob, and this will result in you only doing a single hit, not doing multiple hits, and gives the additional bonus to your collecting speed. Before Theobald is your AoE source, and you do want to have it in the action slot. And on other classes, I'm always saying that Activision only significantly boosts your damage, as this is true here. Activision also, in this case, boosts your defense. And the reason why is that is if you cast those on a higher speed, you're going to stun more of those mobs with your stone hand. And this way, this is even a defensive character as well. So keep this up if you can. And since you're using MP things, MP refresher does make it easier, but can also be replaced with normal MP refreshers. Something that's important, if you do want to cast prevention, you need a stick. So your taskbar should look something like this, where you switch onto a stick, cast prevention on yourself, then going for the knuckle and shield switch afterwards. And the only thing that you have to mention, if you're doing the switch, you will use Asmodeus, as this is a knuckle dependent skill. And before you go back to AoE, you do want to recast the Asmodeus as well. Yeah, so we are at the end of the video. I hope you liked it. I earned your subscription by now, and if this is the case, give it a thumbs up. If you do have any more questions, feel free to ask them in the comments below. And I would be really happy if you drop by our stream on Twitch that is starting almost daily, hosted on the 14th of June. Cheers.